Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast, a deep dive into all things Disney Vacation Club. We share tips, tricks, and insider info, helping you make the most of your membership. Join us for the latest news, reviews, and interviews with DVC experts and enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned DVC member or considering your first contract, this podcast is for you. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Hurley and Gary Arruda.
Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. This is episode 48, recorded in the DeFont Leroy Recording Studios in Sarasota, Florida, and Cranston, Rhode Island. I'm your host, Mike in Florida, joined by my cousin and co-host, Gary in Rhode Island. Good evening, Mr. Arruda.
What's going on, Pards?
Not too much.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
How was your weekend?
Fantastic.
Oh, good.
Yep, it was great. Yep.
That's good. Now, are you ready for the all the Rhode Island weather terrorists to be posting on Facebook about how it's hot? Yeah, it's going to be 101 degrees on Tuesday, so it's warm.
Oh, is it Tuesday? I thought it was today.
Today was like 94.
Okay.
Tomorrow's like 95. Tuesday's 101, and Wednesday's like 96.
They put the field but they call it the regular temperature.
Well, no, I don't know if that's how it.
Oh, that's how the weather terrorists work. Just like in Minnesota, they brought the wind chill. Oh, it's minus 60.
Oh, they might be saying that. I'm just saying, like, my app tells me.
Yeah, no, the terrorists.
But then don't worry. On Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a high of 74. All 3 days with rain. Yeah.
That's awful.
So I'm looking forward to the 101.
Yeah, because you're a lizard like me, aren't you?
I like it better than the cold.
Yeah, it's way better.
Way better. But that actually brings us into the topic today, right, Pards? You said there's crazy, oppressive heat all across this great country of ours. And it got you thinking.
What are the best pools, DVC pools?
To beat the heat or just in general?
I don't know. I kind of did in general.
Yeah, me too.
We discussed. I said I'm going to do the not necessarily outside the box, but the not so popular pools.
Sure. We usually don't discuss before.
We never discussed before
our lists, but I think last time when we had basically identical lists, it made us rethink it a little bit. When we were talking and we had all the same picks for our Father's Day resorts, right?
And there's nothing wrong with that. It just goes to show how in tune we are with the DVC community.
That's true. That is true.
Because our opinions are correct. They're not necessarily opinions. They are facts. And they are all correct.
I agree with that.
Like, you usually have disclaimers.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have disclaimers. Everything we say is factual.
You could take it to the bank.
You're wrong. Yeah, that's right.
Take it to the.
You can put it on
to the GD bank.
Yes.
Hey, Pards. Now I sent you that picture of that car I saw with the DVC vanity plate.
Yep.
And you didn't like the numbers because you didn't know what it meant.
Did not.
I'm assuming it's the year they bought it in 17. That's the most likely answer, but it's not obvious enough, is what you're saying.
No. Yeah, it was DVC 17. Bit confusing to me. I, at first glance, thought it was the year that they bought in. Yes.
Most likely, but it could be anything. Now, you have a vanity plate.
I do.
With your first home resort on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to convince Susie to get one with the Riviera, right?
You can only have 5, either combination of letters or numbers, right? So I have
5.
So it's fine. I have GF DVC.
Yes.
And then I thought, you can't do Riv DVC. Kristen's like, well, I could do RR DVC.
RR, yeah.
She refuses to do it.
Or DVC RR. You could do it either way, depending on.
Yeah, well, available. for me, mine wasn't available. My DVC GF wasn't available. That's why I had to do GF DVC.
Right. That brought us to the next question: is when Rhode Island finally lifts the ban on vanity plates.
You're getting one, right?
I'm going to get one. I always wanted to get, because I have an orange little Jeep, I wanted to get Orange Bird as a vanity plate. RNGBRD. So it says Orange Bird. But you're thinking I should do a DVC vanity plate.
Yeah, you got to go. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're part of this elite fraternity now. Years ago, we were schlepping up at the All-Star Sports.
That's right.
But we're in this elite, and it's not. We're not far away from waitlisting D Club 33, are we?
I think I'm pretty far away from that.
Oh, don't say never, Pards. That's why you get up every morning. You have to dream big.
Yeah, I guess. I want the Golden Oak.
Oh,
that
so
would be.
We got into a disagreement today.
Okay.
We found this YouTuber who sells real estate.
Yeah.
So they have this community at their building, and it was a wait list. There's 300 and some odd homes, and I guess 5,000 people went on this stupid wait list.
Oh, wow.
And it's in Celebration.
Sure.
So then he showed some new construction that's available, some townhomes, some single family. They had this single family house. It was ridiculous. It was, I want to say 8 bedrooms, 8 and 5, but then they had an apartment, and it was above the garage. And I'm like, now this is perfect. Like if Gary, Sarah, and the kids came. So hear me out. You got a main bedroom. I think there were 2 other bedrooms, and then there was a kitchen. So it was like a full apartment. You guys have your own entry. You get a rental car. I mean, granted, you're going to be staying in your Disney Vacation Club, but this wouldn't be a bad. I'm out of points.
Yeah, backup plan. Now you hear me out.
I am listening.
As a businessman, as I know you are, you invest in this property, and you rent out the main house with the 8 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and you live in the little apartment.
Oh,
and subsidize it with the rentals.
I don't know what the rules are. I'm gonna assume
we don't have. It could be all.
all just cash on the side.
Cash on the side, baby. Straight cash, homie.
I mean, we're looking at like probably $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month cash
in rental fees. Yeah,
in rental fees.
That's some walking around money, isn't it?
Oh, we could have some fun with that. Think about how many contracts now you could have.
I mean, granted, the mortgage is probably $6,500 a month on that thing,
at least.
Plus the HOA is probably another like $1,200 a month. So you might break even, but you're living for free at that point.
Yeah.
If you do.
Yeah. Yeah. They had a townhome, and God, Bill, my head was spinning. It was 16 to 1,800 square feet. Nice layout.
Yeah.
Really nice, right? It was a little bit more than our single family. It was like 670, 680.
Wow. Okay.
And Kristen's trying to tell me that that's insane. I said, "What?" I said, "Kristen, you're old enough and smart enough to understand real estate.
Location.
And it's location. And she's like, "Yeah, well," I go, "Kristen, it is the ideal location for me, for my cousin, for his sister, for everybody who listens to this podcast."
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine being 5 minutes away?
And Celebration's like a good school district and stuff too, right?
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah. The thing that kills me about those places, you drop all that money to buy in, and then the HOA's through the roof.
You know, when we were just for poops and giggles, when we first moved out here, we were looking at kind of like an Angry Newfield Jr. Investment property. And at the time, they sold like almost hotel rooms. Like they were just like 2-bedroom apartments, perfect size, perfect for a rental, and then to go up for a week or what have you. And you're looking at like 125 7 years ago. Okay, that's not crazy. The HOAs were like insane.
Yeah, more than you pay in mortgage.
I didn't see what you were getting. And that's a huge problem. I mean, our HOA fees here are, I want to say like $60 a month, not even.
Yeah, that's nothing. But you have a big development, and you only have like there's a community pool and a couple playgrounds. There's not a lot to really keep up.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, when we had a townhome, you had a townhome, and it pays for all of the insurance, and it pays for roofing, and it pays for the snow removal. I get all that, but I don't see what you're getting in Celebration unless that includes all the roads, if that includes the fire, if everything's just private. I don't know, but
it could be. The one thing, like, I could justify spending a lot on an HOA if it comes with, like, if you're living on a golf course and it comes with a membership.
Yeah, like Lakewood National does.
Okay, yeah, I know there's a lot of places down there that do that, so that you could at least say, "Alright, I'm paying $800 a month, but I'm getting my golf
That's
as well."
including, my golf and all my
The
trash
pool, community
removal.
center, yeah,
Mhm.
all that stuff. Anyway, let's move on to the topic, what do you say?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Alright, did you rank these 5 to 1, or are we just talking about pools here?
Just talking about them. I didn't really rank them because they're all good pools. You're not gonna find values have great pools.
I agree with that 100%, but we're talking DVC here, we're not gonna slum it in the value pools today.
Absolutely not. No.
So the first one that I think is a very underrated pool, and I loved it when I stayed there last year,
Mhm.
is the Boulder Ridge Cove Pool at
You
Wilderness
love that
Lodge.
pool. You hadn't been there more than 10 minutes and you were already raving about it.
Yes. So that's considered the quiet pool, and
Mhm.
I think it's bigger than the regular pool. It seems bigger. There's no slide. There are hot tubs, but it's just the nicest little alcove. Is a 0 entry, waterfalls, but those little cabanas, the shaded seating areas that you can camp out in
Yeah.
for free. It's just first come, first serve. You just, stake out your spot and you can claim it for the day or however long you wanna be there. That's a huge selling point. On a hot day we're talking
Mhm.
about, being able to
Mhm.
hang out at the pool and have your own little shaded area with a table, you could bring a cooler or whatever, all your stuff down. That's a fantastic feature, and it's a great pool. Didn't get too busy when we were there. Most of the people are over at the Copper Creek Springs pool
Of
with the little
course.
slide. I mean, the slide's lousy at that one anyway. That's not a great pool for a feature pool for a nice resort. They have the splash pad area over there for the kids, which is fine. They have good hot tubs over there, but the pool itself, I think, leaves a lot to be desired at Wilderness Lodge. But the Boulder Ridge pool, I love it. Can't beat it. Now you've not stayed at Boulder Ridge yet.
That is correct.
You did stay at Wilderness Lodge back in the day.
Yep.
Did you use this pool? Was it there? That
I never used it.
okay. But you've seen it obviously
Yep,
now
I
when you're
walked
traveling.
around.
Yeah.
I like it.
You can see the appeal with those
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
cabanas, and
No doubt about it.
I mean, you're the kinda guy that goes for the quiet pool over the feature pool generally anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna see a pattern on this,
I bet.
podcast.
I bet. But that one, it was a no-brainer for me, especially because I've experienced it and I can vouch for it and how great and relaxing it was. Especially with young kids, like, usually they want the water slide, they want all
Mhm.
the hubbub and the hullabaloo, but they were happier at that one, just kinda we had the run of it. It was nice. Really enjoyed it. What's one on your list, Pards?
We fell in love with this a year ago. It's over at the boardwalk, and it is their quiet pool over there by the cottages.
Okay.
It's over tucked in back. When I say there were 5 people in this pool, there were 5 people in this pool. We had the pool to ourselves,
Okay.
and it was summer vacation. It was a hot July day. Uh, you
Oh,
were
this is
there
when you
during.
stayed up when we were at Beach Club, right?
That's correct, yep.
Okay, yeah, that was
Yep.
definitely a pool time.
I was actually where I, got the phone call about the Riviera contract.
Oh, okay, so it
I
has
did.
good memories for
Yeah,
you
I
as
was
well.
having coffee, laying in bed, and I saw that this thing, they dropped it 5 points. It went from 4 points to 5 points on Ferrari's website, and I immediately went in and said, "I will give I'm all in, full asking price."
Full asking offer at that
And then
one.
I was in the pool, and I looked, and I saw a missed call from a 407, and I looked at her, and I said, I gotta listen to this message, and congratulations." I'm like, "Oh, no.
Mhm.
Now I gotta explain this to her."
So you had
So
offered without discussing it with her.
that is correct,
Yeah,
yes.
that's not
Yeah.
great.
No, not ideal, but you had to do it. It was one of those,
Yeah, well, look at
it's
what
a
I
pocket
did.
listing parts.
Look what I did. I sent the message and I was waiting for the response and it was gone before I got an
Long
answer.
gone, long gone. Speaking of that, Vero Beach is long gone as well.
Yeah. Those will come though. Vero Beach, sure.
Well, they will, but what? I'm not. You're not going to wait another year or two on a 17-year contract.
Well, that's true. You know what I've noticed? We'll have a little tangent here. Is that the Alani contracts pop up fast and furious?
There's a lot of them out there. It's probably the most. I've noticed, you probably as well, what the popular use years are, because
sure,
I'll look at Riviera for June, and I thought June would be a popular use year, but it's not really. It looks like December is one of the most popular. I don't know if it's year end, easier to keep track of things, but like I'll see 14 Riviera for December, and I'll only see like 3 or 4 for the June use year.
Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't really, when I signed up, I
You had just
picked a contract that I liked, so I just kind of fell backwards into the December use year. When I did it, I didn't even know any use year advantages. I still don't truly understand the use year advantage.
I don't see that. I see why you would want all of your contracts in a single use year. That makes sense, but I don't. Oh, when do you vacation? It doesn't really matter because you just.
I guess the only caveat is if you often travel, like at the end of your use year into your new use year. Like if I went all the time November 25th through December 2nd, having a December use year wouldn't be great because you'd have to make 2 separate bookings using different year points and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I can think of, but I don't know. Anyway, again, we're getting off track here. Do you want to get my next?
Yeah.
My next one?
I do.
This one, thinking of the kids, even though I haven't stayed here yet, it's a very popular pool. And we are at the Polynesian at the Lava Pool, their main pool, which is Weasel Central.
Oh, that's an understatement.
But it's got 0 entry. There's the bar there, the volcano, waterfall. See, I like the ones that have the waterfalls because I'll just sit at the edge of the pool and let the waterfall fall on my head. Like, that's the perfect way to cool down for me on a hot day. I'll just sit underneath that thing 20 minutes, half hour at a time, swim around, play with the kids, and I'll go right back under that waterfall again. And that's a huge draw for the Polynesian, is that pool. Probably second only to another one that's on my list as far as like the pool itself being a draw.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to that later. I know when you've stayed there, you didn't spend a lot of time at the lava pool because it's too crowded. And I get that's very hard to find a spot.
It's too crowded. It was over 4th of July weekend. And I'll give you another reason, because we might as well jump into not necessarily my number 4, but their quiet pool is one of the best. I think their quiet pools are better than their featured pools, but it was chill. It was 0 entry. They have probably the best fish tacos on property.
Oh, really?
Yes. Their fish tacos are phenomenal. And it was over on the side, so it was closest to our room because we did a cash stay, but it was in one of their DVC. They had just converted a bunch of their rooms over to DVC.
Okay.
So it was a close walk. They had a hot tub. It's really nice. Really, really, really nice quiet pool.
That's one thing. A lot of the quiet pools are very nice.
Yes.
At all the resorts, not just DVC. The only ones that I don't love is there's 2 at Beach Club. The one near the DVC building is a great quiet pool. The other one I don't like because it's very small and it's like near the walkway. I feel like that's not a great pool.
I agree with you. Yep.
The DVC one's fantastic.
Yep.
That other one, I think it's just kind of plopped in there. It's almost like it's a walkthrough for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
We walked through it a bunch of times in the morning.
I walked through by accident because I see a door and I wanted to get to Epcot.
Exactly.
And you walk and you're like, oh, there's a pool here. Well, there's also a gate there, so we can walk right
through. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what else is a really good quiet pool? And it's not a DVC, but the one over at Yacht Club.
Oh, yes. At the
great quiet pool over there.
And that's hard to find almost. That's like you get to that one by accident.
You really do. Yeah, because you're walking all the way. You go, the gift shop is the last pretty much thing that you see at that yacht club lobby,
Right.
unless you're staying in one of their suites. Their big suite is on that main floor, but you walk past that suite and there's just a door,
Mm-hmm.
and that actually leads to they have tennis courts there.
They do. Yep, you're right.
The tennis courts and their quiet pool. Great quiet pool, but
sure.
On the cash side.
All right, what's the next one on your list? So since we're not talking about yacht club right now.
The next one on my list is a sleeper. And this is one that I've never gone to. I've gone inside, but I've never swam in it. And it's the main pool at the Contemporary Resort. Because you have this
the
is
DVC one.
No, the main one.
Oh, okay.
So if you walk out the courtyard, it's going to be on the right, and it's
right near the boat launch.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's always quiet when we go in there. You have beautiful views. I mean, what's better than sitting in that pool looking to your left at Bay Lake and to your right the A-frame? I mean, it's
that's nice.
Iconic scenery. There's plenty of places to go if you want to get a food or drink.
Yeah. It's close to the lobby, so it's not like out of the way either.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, most of them are
anyway, on top of each other at that.
Yeah.
At the Contemporary, it's just easy to get to things there.
Mm-hmm.
I've just always walked through and I'm like, this is such an afterthought because everything's Polynesian and Grand Floridian. And I think that's a great pool over there.
Yeah. And I think people really like the one at Bay Lake Tower.
Yes.
And that one is, if you're staying in the A-frame, you can't even get to the Bay Lake Tower pool. You have to be staying on DVC points or in the tower itself.
Oh, you would have to actually be staying at Bay Lake Tower. Okay.
Yeah, that has Magic Band access, and I don't think the regular cash side of the building gets access to it.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But the DVC can go in the main pool at the Contemporary. I think it's because it's a smaller feature pool. And it has like that monorail slide and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I like it. I love it.
That one did not make my list, the Bay Lake Tower one. However, next on my list, I'm going to go to my first home resort, and that is Saratoga Springs. And there are a lot to choose from because there are great pools at Saratoga Springs. And I'm not going to the feature pool, High Rock Springs, which is a nice pool. But I love the paddock pool.
You and me both.
Love it. It has the bar. It has the splash pad area. It's got a killer water slide. That might be the fastest water slide at any of the resorts. Like, it's super underrated. It looks like a water tower, so it looks nice even when you're walking above it. And then, depending on where you're staying to access it, you walk over that bridge.
Yeah.
Over one of the lakes there, which is great as well. Hot tub is great in the corner over there. Just a great pool for relaxing. It's not necessarily a quiet pool because it does have lifeguards, but I don't think they do like the dance parties and stuff like at the High Rock Spring Pool, I should say. Of all the pools there, that's the one I like the best, paddock pool. Obviously, they have the small pool at the tree houses. They have the Congress Park and the grandstand pools. But the paddock pool, I think, is fantastic. And that's on my list for one of the best DVC pools. No doubt about it.
I agree. That was on my list originally.
Yeah. That's your favorite pool at Saratoga?
Oh, yeah.
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 Because the grandstand one's nice. It has like those horses, the water feature with the horses.
Mm-hmm.
But the paddock's far and away better, in my opinion.
I agree.
What's next on your list?
We're going to go to one of my home resorts. That's the Grand Floridian, the quiet pool over there. I love the zero entry. They have...
Now, the quiet pool is technically their feature pool.
Yeah, almost. It's their main pool. It's their original main pool that's in their courtyard. Right. But they don't do the dopey music. They push
no slide.
Yep.
At that one.
Yep.
But it's huge.
It's huge. They have tons of chaise lounges. They have the padded chaise lounges. They have the canopy that you can pull up over yourself, and it is not a problem getting one of those when you go to the pool. So it's a great great pool. You can hear the train and all the sounds from the Magic Kingdom. You can hear the boats crossing Seven Seas Lagoon. It's great.
Now, do you think it's become a better pool since they opened the other one and drew a lot of the people away?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
To the
Because it's
feature
got
pool?
crowds. Yeah.
Because that pool's nice. Like the DVC pool over there, they have the
It's not a
splash pad
small
area.
pad. Yeah, they have the splash pad. It's
There's the
great for
water slide.
kids.
Right. I'm just saying it draws that crowd away, and it makes that bigger pool even more appealing to people like
100%.
you for
100%.
relaxing. Yeah.
Yep.
Plus, there's nothing like walking out of the lobby and just seeing that pool there.
Oh, it's just so huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Oh,
I
it's
love
just
that.
beautiful. Especially at night if you ever spend time over there when they have the white pool lights on and there's nobody in there, and you just it's so nice.
Oh, I bet. I have not experienced that myself, but I can imagine.
Well, next time you take the kids to Narcoossee's,
Yeah.
make a point to go check it out. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm going to move right along to my other home resort, and I'm going to Animal Kingdom, Kidani Village, the Samawati Springs Pool.
We're such freaking homers, aren't we, Parts?
Yeah, you got to be, right? That's
Oh,
why
we're
we
so
buy these contracts, right? I like the main pool at Jumbo House. It's a nice pool. It's huge. A lot of seating, shaded areas.
I don't like that pool. We were
No?
very unimpressed when we stayed there a couple months ago.
Interesting.
I think it was the seating arrangement. Like we had to go outside of the pool, and we were sitting outside the pool in one of their
okay. So
hot tubs.
you were like outside the gates, kind of.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see. Yeah,
yeah. It's just too,
it's a little weird. Yeah, but there are seats inside, but those were just filled when you went. Basically.
They were packed. It was completely packed. Yeah.
I mean, that was also Easter, so that's a busy time.
Yeah, no, it's understandable. It's just not a good experience. Not a good first experience.
I got you. But I love this pool at Kidani Village. It's got again splash pad area for the kids. It's got a really nice water slide. It's got the hot tubs. 0 entry, tons of seating. Probably the one of my favorite pool bars anywhere. At that one as well.
Yeah, you frequent that a lot.
I like that one. So I definitely I enjoy that one quite a bit. And Kidani's a little smaller, so there's usually less people at it. And it's because they're not connected necessarily, you're not going to get a lot of overlap from one to the other. I think for the most part, people staying in Kidani are going to that pool, and the people staying in Jumbo House are going to go to the other pool. It's not going to be a lot of crossover.
How is the food? Have you tried the food over there, or have you just had a cocktail?
I have not had the food, but they have. It looked pretty good when I was there. People were ordering. They have like an adult grilled cheese. I forget what's on it, but it's got some, upgrades to it. They have a foot-long hot dog, which was filthy looking. And then a couple unique things. Although I don't have the menu up here. I can look it up, though. Shouldn't take me too long. I just forget the name of the bar itself. Because I do want to see the menu now that you bring it up. Because I think there's a few good things on there. Dining. It's called the Maji, Maji, Maji Pool Bar. And outside of the drinks, obviously, we could talk about that as well. They have the gourmet grilled cheese. Mm-hmm. So it's got goat cheese, bacon, onion jam, tomatoes on sourdough bread served with seasoned chips. Spiced pork nachos, tortilla chips topped with spiced pork, beans, herb crema, and cachambori. I don't know what that is. Probably a type of cheese. This is the all-star special, all beef foot-long hot dog with chili and cheese. Caesar salad with tandoori chicken. Caesar salad with chermoula shrimp. A non-pocket chicken club. So it's like a pita pocket with tandoori chicken, bacon, lettuce, roast tomatoes, chermoula, mayonnaise, and seasoned chips.
Sounds pretty good.
That does sound good. Then they have a grain bowl, which is a salad with ancient grains, mixed greens, marinated chickpeas, roasted red peppers, fresh vegetables, and a curry dressing. Then they have some kids' meals, like grilled cheese, turkey wrap, stuff like that. And of course, all the beverages, full bar as well. But that's not for a pool bar. That's a decent menu.
Yeah, it's nice options for an adult.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can still get your kids' stuff, hot dogs. I'm sure they all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll go to my last one.
Sure.
And it's process of elimination is my other home resort.
Yes.
And it's a quiet pool at Riviera. I love that pool.
And that's the one you first see when you get off the Skyliner, correct?
That is correct. You walk past that one. Yep, you're right. And then they have the bocce, all the activities in the middle, and then their featured pool is just outside of Primo Piatto. Oh, aren't the lounges fantastic?
Yeah, they got like the cushions and the overhang, so you get a little bit of shade.
Yep.
That looks like you could take about a 6-hour afternoon nap on one of those.
And I did when I hung out with Hippie Guy and his wife. He went up to get drinks. And Kristen went to Primo Piatto to get a charcuterie board. And I ended up dozing off. It was one of those, I kind of knew where I was. You heard the Riviera music in the background, and I went down for about 7 minutes. One of those where you feel amazing when you open your eyes.
Oh, those short ones can really get you. Because they can mess you up, too. Like, you wake up and you're like, is it 6 in the morning? Is it 6 at night? Where am I? I have no idea.
Panic ones about, like, work.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Like, when I was a pet sitter, I used to always, like I'd wake up, oh, my God, I got to go. Like, do you have those and you think, like, it's actually Saturday afternoon and you think you slept through your alarm clock for work?
Yeah, once in a while, if I take a nap, on the rare occasion I take a nap when I wake up and I look at it, I'm like, what the heck's going on? Yeah. That's never a good feeling. It got me yawning thinking about taking a nap.
I know.
But that's a great pool over there. And is the main pool nice? I haven't even been to that one.
It's nice. It's got a great water slide for kids. I love the theming. I mean, it's just right out of Italy with the like the old forts.
Yes. Yeah.
They have a gelato stand right outside, which I think is a great addition.
I know you mentioned that before.
Yeah, we were there a couple years ago when we stayed there, and we did a mobile order and just walked over to Primo Piatto and brought it back. It's nice. But again, it's just a little on the crowded side.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, those are the only two pools, and everything's close because it's a small footprint, that resort.
Yeah.
So,
not many rooms, so everything's on the smaller side.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to go to that one. Especially if they have kids, they're going to go to the water slide. Is there a little splash pad at that one, too?
Yes, there is.
Okay, I thought so.
There is. Over toward the beach side.
Yep. Okay. Because I remember seeing it from Topolino's, looking down and seeing it.
Yeah.
So the number one, well, not necessarily number one, but the last one I want to talk about, which most people would consider number one DVC pool, is Stormalong Bay. Just reopened.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's a biased answer because of the kids, but I mean, it's basically a water park. You have the lazy river, you have the sand bottom, you have a great slide. The little whirlpool area, which I love. It's like a little vortex, that little spot where you can just kind of let the water take you around.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, the lazy river, can't beat that. That's the best part by far.
I agree with you, and I do not like crowded Weasel Central pools. And this is almost the opposite because there are so many spots where you won't find a person that where the slides are busy, because then 20 feet from there is where they have the water volleyball court.
Right.
So it gets a little busy there because that's where everybody kind of meets up. But there are sections of that pool where there are no kids. There's nobody around. You can do the lazy river.
Well, they have an adult-only hot tub.
Yep.
They have near the hot tubs, like if you're in the main pool, kind of where the hot tubs are, there's a waterfall that falls over you over there, and that's always dead in that spot.
They have lockers, which was fantastic. The night that you and I stayed there, we threw
that was helpful.
I think we might have put a couple of cold ones in our locker. And
yeah, some cold Dasani waters. Yeah,
right.
of course, yes. And then tons of seating. That gazebo area where they have like the ping pong table,
And that's where we stayed with you, because nobody goes up there, so everybody can just be fighting for their chaise lounges down below. I'm going up there.
Yeah, absolutely. You can overlook everything.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's great up there.
Little tough to walk on though in July. You
got to make sure you have your flip flops close by.
I'll tell you the only thing that I don't like about that pool. I don't like the slide situation.
No, you have to go across.
I don't like that. I think it's a great slide. I think it's probably the best slide on property.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just because it's so long and it's winding, it's a great slide, and that's why it's great, is because you start from Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, exactly.
You go across Epcot into a beach and yacht club, but it's I love the pool. I mean, it's number one on my list too.
And then they have that real shallow area where all the little kids play, and they build sandcastles, which I don't go anywhere near that spot, but it's fantastic. There's not a lot of places.
A few years ago, it would have been a nice spot. Your kids would have enjoyed that.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the other things that I don't like is that it is where that area is where they have the cabanas.
Okay.
And I don't really want to pay $500 for a cabana if it's going to be loud with, 2-year-old weasels. That's
true. Saving you money. That's a good thing then.
I guess, but that is nice. That's on my list too. The cabanas, they're such a waste of money, but they're so nice.
That might be the biggest waste of money at Disney.
You think so?
It could be up there.
I don't know. We looked at them in Alani and Grand Cal, and of course they're better at Grand Cal because everything's better at Grand Cal.
Now, I would say maybe doing a cabana if you do the cruise and you're at one of the private islands. That could be a good play.
Oh, absolutely, Puds. Oh my god!
But you can't even get them, right? You have to be like in the platinum club.
You have to be Zach. You have to be Zach Dills.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to pay double to just get into concierge,
just so you can get a cabana.
That you can get $1,000 cabana.
It's crazy.
Disney figured this thing out, or what?
Yeah, no kidding.
Everything with Disney is so prohibited, and we all want it.
Yes,
we all want it, don't we?
Although I'm talking about a waste of money, and I threw $100 down for an umbrella at the water park when we go there.
Yeah,
but I was looking at those. I think that's a good play.
Is that for Blizzard Beach?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there. We're gonna go hang out with you.
On July 1st?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
What time do you plan on getting?
I mean, we're in early, but I don't know if we're gonna go right there or not. We'll be in touch. We could talk about that.
We figured we have a dining reservation at Tiffin's, but after checkout, she's like, if they're gonna be over there, let's just run over there.
Oh, because you have the pass. It's on your pass, right?
It's on my pass anyways, yeah. So
it's not like you're paying to go.
Yeah, we have the Sports Plus,
yeah. Actually, we could probably talk about that on WDW Beyond the Gates. Maybe we'll talk about Little Blizzard Beach.
Oh, well, that's on my list. This is one of those surprises that you had for me a few weeks ago.
Yeah, okay. Perfect.
It's going to have a summer theme as well. Our WDW Beyond the Gates podcast, which was released yesterday as you're listening to this, if you're listening to this on Wednesday.
Perfect. But I don't have anything to add about DVC pools. I don't know if you do.
I have nothing else. You know what else? Before I bring us home, you know what's a good honorable mention that we never talk about because we don't like this resort other than spending it on Father's Day in a 1-bedroom watching golf. And that's over at Old Key West. That's a nice great pool.
That's a good pool. Yeah, it has the sauna.
Yep.
Nice slide. It's a good pool. Yeah.
That's a great pool.
No, you're right. And it's right in the middle of the main section, which you love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. That's all I got.
All right.
I'll wrap us up. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at DVC Addicts. Email the show info@addictedtodvc.com. And join our Facebook group, DVC Addicts. For my cousin and co-host Gary in Rhode Island, I'm Mike in Florida. Thanks for listening. We'll talk again next week.
Thank you for listening to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. We want to hear from you. Email us at info@addictedtodvc.com and follow us on all socials at DVC Addicts. We appreciate you being a part of our DVC community, and we'll see you again on our next episode. Thanks again for listening, and welcome home.